everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Yeah, things are changing. They're absolutely going to change. Camera-wise, editing-wise, frequency-wise, and my new job. To hear all about it, hang around. Alright, so this ain't a 3-hour video. Right off the bat. This episode's famous woman I'd like to date. We're going to have to do a second mention because I forgot to look at my list. Let's go with Diane Lane. Diane Lane, for those of you that don't know who the very famous Diane Lane is, one of her most iconic roles was Laura Darling. Laura Darling on Lonesome Dove. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Still beautiful. Gorgeous woman. Wouldn't mind dating Diane Lane. Beautiful woman. Man, oh man. Hot, hot, hot. Even though she's older than me, she is still hot. So, anybody knows anybody could possibly get a hold of anybody that might know someone that might know someone that knows anybody that knows someone that knows Diane Lane. My email is 9millsonTwoWheels@gmail.com. Email me and I'll definitely return that email. Hot, hot, hot. Alright, don't forget to visit everybody in the description. The more part of the description, just click on that. It'll open all kind of stuff up. Visit Forgotten Angels website, get you some raffle tickets. You could win a motorcycle, but more importantly, you're helping them end foster care abuse, helping them expand to other states. You never know, you might get lucky, win you a motorcycle. Check out Shay Lacey and Shay Tree Surgeons channels. Links are down there also. They will have the latest motorcycle that is up for grabs. Sign up for Harness. I think it's the best way. Harness rounds up the amount that you purchase with your debit card to the nearest dollar and gives that amount to Forgotten Angels. It's a click it and kind of forget it thing, and you're automatically enrolled in all the giveaways. Check out my Patreon. I don't know how long that's going to last. I may stop my Patreon. But check out my Patreon. There's 3 levels. Pistol, rifle, bazooka for as little as $1 a month. You could help me out with my channel. Link in the description as well. Alright, first off, Akaso. I done gave up on them. They tried. I gotta admit, they came back real quick and tried to remedy it. I sent them 2. Repeat, 2. I bought a camera in May and started having sequence issues and didn't figure out what was going on till a little bit later, that when you put the next sequence in editing, it would skip 3 or 4 seconds of not recording. All right. My other Akaso Brave 7 LEs that I have didn't do that. Just a new one. So I thought, well, maybe it's just one. I could use it for other things. So I ordered later, a couple months later, I ordered another one, and it done the exact same thing. So I sent them back to Akaso. After they got back to me real quick with the issue and stuff, I sent them back the replacement. Only problem was they only sent me 1 camera back. And they insisted I show them proof that I sent 2 cameras, which I sent 2 work forms that they sent me with the cameras. Anyways, this is the camera right here that they sent me. Okay, the brand new Brave 7 LE. Guess what? It skips 3 or 4 seconds. I sent them videos of me editing with this Brave 7 LE, which is about 6 years old, and it doesn't do that. None of my cameras do that, except for the Brave 7 LEs. Went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally, I got tired of it, and I told them to go jump ship. I can no longer recommend Akaso cameras. They have a problem with the Brave 7 LE, and they refuse. They're like, that's what happens. No, it ain't what happens. So I can no longer. I'm using these because I'm going to have to reset this one because it's going to get off sequence. But I'm using these because it's the only cameras right now that I have. But I will go to something else. By the way, today is February 2nd. It is 75 degrees. I almost said 80. It is 75 degrees. If you remember, I was having a problem with Filmora. Kind of still am. But they are working on it. I have sent them files. I've done all kind of stuff, and they're diligently trying to fix the issue. When I edit in the size for YouTube Shorts, it's not going to YouTube Shorts because YouTube is saying it's the full widescreen, full size. No matter what size I edit in, it's saying it's not that size. It's widescreen, full size. So they're working on it. I'm glad. I mean, every day, if not several times a day, I try something. I make a file out of it and I send it to them. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. So I'll give it to Filmora. Here's the deal, guys. Here is the deal. I got a job. Now, a lot of family and friends said, Matt, why are you going back to truck driving? Well, I can't be a cop. I can't pass the physical agility test anymore, all that stuff. I ain't going to do that. Nor was I looking to do it. Okay? But there's always a chance that the cancer could come back. So I need to get a job that pays as much as I can possibly earn and bank as much as I possibly can. That's what I'm looking at. I want to make as much money as I possibly can and save as much as I possibly can. I have plans. I got things. I'd like to get a little RV, all kind of stuff. And truck driving pays well. It pays really well. Now, the issue I ran into, regulations have changed. I probably told you that before. I had to go to truck driving school to get my CDL back. Got my CDL back. The company that I was originally working for when the cancer came along said, hey, months ago, told me, you get your CDL back, we'll hire you back. As well as several other companies that have reached out to me over that period and going, hey, we're going to throw a bunch of money at you, come drive for us. Well, that was incorrect, because the issue I ran into is I have no work history. I have no work history. Even Walmart. I applied at Walmart. Oh, Walmart did offer me a door greeter job. But even then, they said, you have no work history. In the last year, we can't hire you. And then the same thing happened with the JB Hunt, the company I used to drive for before all this happened. They said, oh, well, we didn't realize you ain't worked in it. You got to have 3 months experience of driving and within the last year. I'm like, same with Creek Carrier is a company I used to work for too. And if I was doing over the road, by the way, if you're a truck driver, if I was doing over the road or like mid-south regional and all kinds of different regional, I'd go with Creek Carrier. Creek Carrier is an excellent company to work for, and they pay very well. Very well. Okay? Now, I got offered, I was about to go regional with Snyder National, because Snyder is absolutely the only company that offered me a job. Absolutely the only company. And Snyder offered me a job as regional, and I didn't want to. I hate New York, all them areas. It just sucks going up there in an 18-wheeler. I've always had problems going up there every single time. I'm not afraid to go up there, but it blows up there, okay? All that area. And I told them, I said, I'd like to avoid the Northeast. And they're like, yeah, that ain't going to happen. So I was going to bite it anyways, and just, as long as I'm working. Then a dedicated route popped up on Snyder. It's hauling moo juice. Moo juice. For those that don't know what moo juice is, it's milk. But you had to have a tanker endorsement. Now, just like motorcycle endorsements on your driver's license, if you have a Class A license, all the other things, specialized things, you have to have an endorsement for. So I said, shoot, I ain't got a tanker endorsement. So I jumped on DPS's website wanting to make an appointment to go take the test to get my tanker endorsement. Well, if something happened that don't never happen, usually you're going to be at least 2 weeks out before you get an appointment. I jumped on there and there was an appointment open. Somebody must have canceled in 45 minutes. So I hauled my butt to the DPS office, which is CMV in Texas, guys. And wham bam, I took the test, passed the test, and now have a tanker endorsement. And I have been hired by Snyder National to haul moo juice on a dedicated account from Waco, Texas to Dexter, Texas, and back. That's all I would do. Waco, Texas, Dexter, Texas. Then Dexter, Texas to Waco. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's all I would do. I would go nowhere else. I said, well, that's pretty cool. So now, though, Snyder has a tanker school. They want you to, make sure you know your stuff about the tanker and everything. And it's a 3-week school. So I have to go to tanker school. It is a 3-week school. I don't have a laptop or anything like that, guys. So that means there's not going to be any videos for 3 weeks at least. It depends. I've read trucker forums. And a lot of people drop out of this school. It is very physical, up and down, all kinds of dragging 30-pound hoses, this, that, and everything, balance. The very first day, they put you through a physical fitness test. And quite a few drop out the very first day. Either get cut because they can't do the physical fitness, or they're like, nah, and they leave. So, but I start, well, I ain't going to say what date I start the training, but I got to be in Houston for 3 weeks, kid you not, to do this training. Then I start hauling moo juice. Now, I thought about starting up a YouTube channel, truck driving. They actually do pretty good, those channels do. However, 2 things. Snyder doesn't allow you to record with a personal device while you're driving. Against policy. Matter of fact, I know a YouTuber just recently who got fired for doing that from Snyder, for recording. You can't use electronic devices, personal ones, while you're driving, which is pretty stupid. But that's their policy, okay? It's ignorant, really, really ignorant, but because I listen to iHeartRadio, I should be able to just, plug in my phone to it, and as long as I ain't touching it, it shouldn't matter. But that's their policy. If they were smart like me, that policy wouldn't be existing. And I hope they get this. Anyway, so I got to go to tanker school for 3 weeks. Then this job is a what we call a max drive. You're going to bust everything you can every day all the way there, and then the next day all the way back. The next day all the way there, next day all the way back. You have to do truck drivers know what I'm talking about. You will have to do a 34-hour restart, meaning you are busting your butt running out of hours. And you can only work 70 hours in an 8-day period. So the restart will be your home time. So there will be a week where I do 2 loads, there and back, there and back. And then the next week I'll do 3 loads, there and back, there and back, there and back. And each time days off in between, so the days off will change. So I got to figure that one out when I can record videos, and you only get 2 days off. That's it, just 2 days off. So, but it's a dedicated account that keeps me out of the stupid states. Keeps me out of California, Oregon, Washington. It keeps me out of the Northeast. And I get my experience. And you never know, I just might like hauling moo juice. I got my confirmation today of everything. And when I got to report to Houston and all that stuff, here's the funny thing. They train you in all the chemical stuff, and all the chemical handling and all that stuff, just like, if you were hauling gasoline or something. Just in case they need you on another account. I think that's what it is. But here's the funny thing. I can't remember. I think it was when I was with the sheriff department was the last time I didn't have a goatee. And now I have to, because you have to be clean shaven in case you get to put on a self-contained breathing apparatus. Handling all the chemicals and stuff. So, yeah. Other than that, I think it's funny to have to do that just to haul moo juice. Also, you got to be trained in how to load it. It's a totally different deal. There's hydraulic pumps, there's air compressed pumps, this, that, all kind of different ways. And you don't, I want to make sure you're actually physically able to do the job. It is a little bit of physical, you know, stuff to it. But like I said, it keeps me out of the Northeast and the West Coast. So I'm happy to take it. Now, there's another situation. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to go to a camp out. Camp out is just around the corner. Definitely ain't making this one. I'm not even sure if I'll make the 10th anniversary, which kind of sucks. I will have to see, because there's other plans in the works besides, well, I ain't going to say that. I don't want to get too much information out there. That's it, guys. I hope you stick with me. If a video shows up after this one in less than 3 weeks, then I scrubbed out of the tanker school. Or something else happened. If I do scrub out, I will do regional for them. As I was saying, I hope you stick with me. Hang around. I'll be back in about 3 weeks. Try to make another video. So we'll see what happens from here. As always, if you have served or if you're currently serving in the military, if you're a firefighter, EMS, first responder, especially law enforcement, if you're in the healthcare industry, if you're a truck driver out there delivering the goods so we can have a good life, if you vote, stand up for your rights, you're awesome. We appreciate everything you do for us and the sacrifices you and your families have made. Carry things that go boom. Be safe out there. And of course, ladies, flash a stranger today. Boom.